I'm going to show you how to make the perfect steak. This recipe is going to hold your hand and give you the tips and shortcuts so you can get it right every single time. This here is the griddle pan. Now, in Italy, they've got an old method of cooking called al mattoni. It means under the brick. We've got these beautiful sort of shark tooth ridges, which are going to give you those incredible bar marks. But also in my hand is a thick, heavy grill lid. You've got the cooking and the weight from both sides, and it's going to give you the juiciest meat. So we're going to cook a beautiful sirloin steak. Now look, lots of people get their steaks from the supermarket and they get thin little steaks like that, and it's so hard to control the cooking. The way to fix it is to buy a double steak for 2 people. Simply in your butcher's or supermarket, go to the counter and say, look, I want a nice sirloin steak about 1.5 inches thick. That way you can get it golden, really crispy, and the inside doesn't get overcooked. So first up, what I want to do is just rub this steak with a little olive oil, not much, and then I'm going to season it quite generously with pepper. Right, so I'm not going to season it with salt. I'll do that later once I've sliced the meat. So we're going to roll the pepper all over, and look at that. Nice and generous. Now, this griddle pan, it's been preheating for like 4 or 5 minutes. It's screaming hot. Turn your fan on, right? This lid is as hot as the bottom. So I'm going to put my steak in, push it down, and I'll put the lid on top, and now we are cooking. So I'll turn the meat after a couple of minutes so you get that nice crisscross bar marking, and then you can cook it to your liking. Medium rare, whatever you like. So let's have a little look. So you can see already we've got lovely bar marks. So down we go, and on with the lid again. So one of the things I love to do is sort of halfway through the cooking. You know, just whip the lid off like that, get yourself some herbs, a bit of rosemary, a bit of thyme, and just mop up some of that fat that's rendered out of the steak, and just use that to sort of brush and baste the steak. You'll smell it straight away. Does it make a difference? Yes, it does. Absolutely beautiful. So that's cooked now. I'm gonna take the steak and I'm just gonna let it rest. Look at that, sizzling away. As it rests, the juices go back to where they came from. That's why you're going to get the juicy meat. Also, a little bit of the juices come out, and if you just shake that with the olive oil, you're going to get the most amazing natural sauce. Now, to go with this, I've done what I think is one of the best little side dishes. It's a little potato stew with mushrooms. And I start in a pan, a little oil, a little garlic, a little thyme. I just bring it up to the heat. And as it fries, in go in the mushrooms and a little finely chopped onion. And as I fry that off, I put in some little chunks, little nuggets of potatoes and a little chicken stock. I've popped it in the oven for like an hour, but I've cooked it in this cocotte pan. And this is like a casserole. It is so beautiful. It holds heat in such a wonderful way. And if I turn the heat up now, I'm gonna add some creme fraiche. And this is such a sumptuous, indulgent, I mean, look at that, too good. So, come on, the moment of truth. Let's see what this steak is like. Let's move it around in the juices. It's shining, it's gorgeous. We'll save this juices, don't waste that. So get yourself a nice carving knife and let's do lovely thin slices. So it's blushing and it's gnarly and crisp on the outside. So juicy. And look at that. And now you take a pinch of sea salt and from a height, just season that, and then you can just place it on the resting juices here, and that is going to be so, so good. So let's plate up. On the plate we go. Let's get a nice slice of that steak and the juices. And then I love to serve that steak with just a little watercress, really nice and peppery. And then what you can do is take just a little bit of vinegar to those resting juices. So there you go, guys, the perfectly cooked steak with that incredible little stew of potatoes, mushroom, and that kick of creme fraiche, watercress salad. Happy days. Right, enough talking. Let's have a little try. God, it's so good.